Welcome back to the channel USD Coins Coin Collectors and Treasure Hunters, to another fascinating journey into the world of rare and valuable coins. If you're passionate about the hidden gems in your pocket change, this is the place to be. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most intriguing, mysterious, and unexpectedly valuable coins ever to come out of the United States Mint. It's a humble-looking 1-cent piece, but don't let appearances fool you. This is no ordinary penny. We're talking about the 1951 Liberty Wheat penny, a coin that, due to a unique combination of errors, anomalies, and historical quirks, has sold at auction for an astounding $340,000. Now, you might be thinking, how can a copper penny, something we all use to toss into a fountain or find under couch cushions, be worth more than most luxury cars or even a house? That's exactly what makes this story so compelling. It's a tale of minting mistakes, rare variations, obscure details, and collector demand that transformed a single cent into a coin of legendary status. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting to explore the world of coin collecting, the 1951 Liberty Wheat penny offers a masterclass in what makes coins valuable. It's not just about age or condition, it's about rarity, mystery, and the human stories behind these little pieces of history. So, let's go back in time. The year is 1951. The United States is booming in the post-World War II era. The economy is strong, families are growing, and factories are producing at full steam. Coin production is one of those quiet but essential government functions humming along in the background. Millions upon millions of pennies are being struck that year across three major U.S. mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The standard Lincoln Wheat penny design is used, featuring the bust of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and two wheat stalks framing the denomination, 1 cent, on the reverse, a design that had been in use since 1909. In total, over a billion pennies were produced in 1951, more than 284 million at the Philadelphia Mint, over 625 million at the Denver Mint, and around 136 million at the San Francisco Mint. By all accounts, it was an unremarkable year for U.S. coinage. But hidden among those billions of ordinary copper cents are a handful, possibly only one or two, that are anything but ordinary. These rare specimens contain errors so unique, so baffling, and so fascinating, that they command astronomical prices among collectors. And it's one of these error coins, specifically from 1951, that has stunned the numismatic world with its six-figure price tag. Let's break down what makes this penny so special. First, we have to talk about mint errors. Not every coin that comes out of the U.S. Mint is perfect. In fact, errors and anomalies are more common than most people think, though the vast majority are minor and barely worth more than face value. But every once in a while, a dramatic error occurs: a coin gets struck on the wrong planchet, or it's double struck, or it ends up with mismatched dies. These are the coins that become legends. In the case of the 1951 Liberty Wheat penny, there are several error types that have been documented, but only a very small number, possibly just one known specimen, displays the full suite of extraordinary features that make it worth over $340,000. Imagine a coin that combines multiple minting errors, off-center strikes, double dies, repunched mint marks, die cracks, planchet irregularities, and perhaps even an incorrect metal composition. When all these elements appear together on a single coin, the result is a numismatic anomaly that is both perplexing and captivating. So, what specifically went wrong during the minting of this 1951 penny? Let's start with the die errors. A double die error occurs when the die used to strike the coin is engraved twice slightly off alignment. This causes parts of the design to appear doubled. On this particular penny, the doubling is most prominent on the date, especially the 1951, and also on the inscriptions, Liberty and In God We Trust. The doubling is sharp and easily visible even without magnification, making it one of the more dramatic double dies known for the Wheat penny series. Next, we move on to the mint mark. This coin carries an S mint mark, indicating it was struck at the San Francisco Mint. But here's where things get even more interesting. The mint mark appears to have been punched into the die more than once, but not in the exact same location. This is what's known as a repunched mint mark, or RPM. You can see the original S slightly offset beneath or beside the primary mint mark. Repunched mint marks are not extremely rare on their own, but in combination with other dramatic errors, they add significant value to a coin. But perhaps the most jaw-dropping feature of this 1951 penny is its planchet error. The planchet is the blank piece of metal that the coin design is stamped onto. In rare cases, a penny may be struck on a planchet intended for a different denomination or even a different country. There are theories that the $340,000 penny may have been struck on a silver dime planchet or on a transitional planchet left over from previous years. This would explain its unusual weight and coloration. Experts who have examined this coin note that it has a noticeably different metallic sheen compared to standard copper pennies of the era. Its weight is slightly off from the standard 3.11 grams, indicating it may indeed have been struck on a non-standard planchet. There's also the possibility of a striking error, where the coin was not properly seated in the striking chamber and ended up with an off-center image. In the case of the 1951 penny, the reverse design appears to be rotated slightly relative to the obverse, an error known as a rotated die strike. This type of misalignment suggests that the coin was not perfectly positioned during the striking process, leading to a unique and unmistakable appearance. Adding to the intrigue, there are subtle die cracks visible on both sides of the coin. These tiny raised lines are the result of wear and stress on the die itself and can give the coin a spider-webbed appearance. Die cracks, while not rare, can increase a coin's value when combined with other errors, especially when they occur in aesthetically interesting ways. So now we have a coin that checks nearly every box on the error collector's wish list: doubled die, repunched mint mark, off-metal planchet, rotated die, off-center strike, and visible die cracks. But even that doesn't fully explain why someone would pay $340,000 for it. To understand that, we have to consider another important factor in the world of coin collecting: provenance and uniqueness. It's not just the errors themselves that make this penny so valuable, it's the fact that no other known example exists with this exact combination of anomalies. It is, in all likelihood, a one-of-a-kind piece. That level of rarity makes it a trophy coin, the kind that serious collectors dream of adding to their collections. And when a high-profile auction offers such a coin, the bidding can escalate quickly. Furthermore, there's the matter of provenance, where the coin came from, how it was discovered, and how it has been preserved. In many cases, rare coins that fetch sky-high prices come with compelling backstories. This 1951 wheat penny is believed to have been discovered by a sharp-eyed collector who acquired it in a small estate sale, unaware of its full significance. It sat in a private collection for decades before being submitted for authentication and grading. Once certified by a reputable grading service and confirmed to be genuine, it exploded onto the numismatic scene, generating buzz in collector circles and eventually making headlines with its record-breaking auction price. Coin grading plays a big role in value too. This coin received a grade of MS 66 red from a top-tier grading service, which is extremely high for a coin of this age. MS stands for mint state, and the number 66 indicates a near-flawless condition. The red designation means the coin retains nearly all of its original copper luster, a feature that is particularly prized by collectors of Lincoln cents. The combination of pristine condition and multiple minting errors in one coin is virtually unheard of, and it explains how this penny ascended to such astronomical value. There's another aspect to consider: market demand. Coin collecting has surged in popularity in recent years, and the market for error coins is hotter than ever. Collectors love coins with stories, quirks, and visual interest. A penny that tells a story this compelling, a story of factory mistakes, historical context, and numismatic mystery, is bound to attract intense bidding when it comes up for sale. And as with all collectibles, value is ultimately determined by what someone is willing to pay. In this case, someone was willing to pay $340,000 to own a piece of American minting history. Now let's take a step back and ask, could there be more of these 1951 error pennies out there? It's possible. The US Mint struck millions of coins per day, and while quality control was pretty rigorous, it wasn't perfect. Every so often, an error coin slips through undetected. Some may have been spent and lost forever. Others may be sitting in jars of old change, tucked away in attics or safety deposit boxes, waiting to be rediscovered. That's part of what makes coin collecting so thrilling. You never know when a rare and valuable coin might turn up in the most unexpected place. Today, in this video, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating, mysterious, and highly valuable coins ever struck by the U.S. Mint, the 1957 Lincoln Wheat Penny. More specifically, the incredibly rare and error-filled Liberty 1-cent wheat penny from that year, which has shocked collectors by being valued as high as $320,000 due to the unusual errors and the coin's historical context. So grab your magnifying glasses and your coin books, and settle in, because we're about to take a long, detailed journey through everything you need to know about this extraordinary penny. Now, to understand what makes the 1957 Liberty 1-cent wheat penny so special, we need to start with some historical context. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series began in 1909, marking the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. The obverse of the coin features a profile of Lincoln, while the reverse originally displayed two stylized ears of wheat, hence the name Wheat Penny. This design remained in use until 1958, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse point. 1957 was just 1 year before the end of the wheat penny design, and for most people, a penny from that year might seem like a common, everyday coin. In fact, hundreds of millions were struck. But not all coins are created equal, and that's where our story gets interesting. Because amidst those hundreds of millions of pennies, a few emerged that were anything but ordinary. These coins contained a series of unusual errors, design anomalies, and minting mistakes so rare that they catapulted the value of what should be a 1-cent coin into the stratosphere. One particular example of this penny, with a combination of several dramatic errors, has been valued at an astonishing $320,000. What kind of errors could possibly make a coin this valuable? Well, the answer lies in the intricate world of numismatics, the study of coins and currency. In coin collecting, errors come in many forms, ranging from double dies to off-center strikes, to repunched mint marks and even planchet defects. Each of these errors tells a story about how the coin was produced and what went wrong during the minting process. Some errors are relatively minor and can be found with some regularity, while others are so rare that only a handful of examples are known to exist. And it is precisely these ultra-rare combinations of errors that make certain coins, like the 1957 Liberty 1-cent wheat penny, so incredibly valuable. Let's begin with one of the most dramatic and easily visible types of errors, the double die. A double die occurs when the die used to strike the coin, the metal piece that bears the coin's design, is impressed with the design more than once, but in slightly different positions. This results in a coin where the letters, numbers, or other design elements appear to be doubled. In the case of the 1957 wheat penny, there are known examples of double die obverse, particularly where the word Liberty, the date, 1957, and even parts of Lincoln's face and bust appear to have strong doubling. These visual anomalies can be striking to the naked eye and are often the first thing collectors look for. Another prominent error found in some rare 1957 pennies involves the mint mark. The U.S. Mint operated multiple facilities, and coins were marked accordingly. In 1957, the Philadelphia Mint did not use a mint mark, while the Denver Mint used a small D beneath the date. Some of the most valuable error coins come from Denver, where mint marks were occasionally repunched. A repunched mint mark, RPM, occurs when the mint mark is stamped more than once in different positions. These can range from slight shifts to extremely obvious overlaps. In one particularly rare example, the D mint mark appears to have been struck 3 times, each in a slightly different position, creating a ghost-like triple image. This kind of error is highly prized among collectors, especially when it appears on a coin that is already in excellent condition. Then there's the matter of off-center strikes. During the minting process, a blank coin planchet must be perfectly centered between the 2 dies in the press. If it's not, the resulting coin will have part of the design missing or misaligned. Off-center errors can range from slight to dramatic, with the most valuable examples typically missing a significant portion of the design while still showing the date. A 1957 wheat penny that's off-center by 50% or more, while still retaining a visible date and mint mark, is exceedingly rare and can fetch thousands of dollars on its own. Combine that with other errors like doubling or repunched mint marks, and you're looking at a coin that stands in a class by itself. Another rare but notable error is the use of a misaligned die. This occurs when the upper and lower dies that strike the coin are not perfectly aligned, causing one side of the coin to appear shifted. This can lead to visual anomalies such as the design being pushed toward one edge or even partially missing. In some 1957 wheat pennies, misaligned dies have caused the obverse and reverse designs to be significantly out of sync. This not only makes the coin more visually interesting, but it also adds to its rarity and value, and we haven't even talked about planchet errors yet. The planchet is the blank metal disc that becomes a coin. Sometimes, these planchets are flawed even before the coin is struck. Errors can include lamination flaws, where the metal is improperly bonded and peels or flakes, or the use of incorrect metal composition. There are rumors, though not yet confirmed with absolute certainty, that a small number of 1957 wheat pennies were accidentally struck on silver planchets or foreign coin blanks, resulting in coins with a completely different appearance and weight than standard pennies. Such errors, if authenticated, could be worth tens of thousands of dollars due to their extreme rarity. All of these errors, when found alone, can increase a coin's value significantly. But the real jackpot comes when multiple errors appear on the same coin. Imagine a 1957 wheat penny that features a double die obverse, a triple repunched mint mark, a 50% off-center strike, a misaligned die, and a lamination flaw, all in one. It sounds like a fantasy, but coins with multiple errors have been discovered in other years, and there's strong reason to believe that such a specimen exists, or might still be out there, among the 1957 wheat pennies. It's the possibility of such extraordinary error combinations that has driven collectors to pay astronomical prices for specific examples. Now let's talk about the condition of these coins. In the world of coin collecting, condition is king. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin with no post-mint imperfections. A 1957 wheat penny with rare errors in uncirculated condition, particularly those graded MS 65 or higher, is far more valuable than a worn coin with the same errors. The record-setting examples, including the one valued at $320,000, are usually those in pristine condition with sharp details, lustrous surfaces, and strong eye appeal. Many of these coins have been certified by third-party grading companies like PCGS or NGC, which gives collectors confidence in their authenticity and grade. But beyond condition and errors, there's also the question of provenance and rarity. Some coins gain value not just because of their physical features, but also because of their story. Who owned the coin? Where was it found? How was it preserved for all these years? In the case of the $320,000 1957 Liberty 1-cent wheat penny, the coin reportedly came from a private collection where it had been stored for decades in near-perfect conditions. It had all the hallmarks of a minting anomaly, and when it finally surfaced, collectors went into a frenzy trying to acquire it, and here's the kicker, there may be more out there. Because the US Mint didn't keep detailed records of every error or misstrike, and because so many pennies from the 1950s are still floating around in circulation, it's entirely possible that more error coins from 1957 have yet to be discovered. That's what keeps collectors searching through old rolls of pennies, scanning coin shows, estate sales, and even jars of change in grandma's attic. The idea that you could stumble upon a coin worth more than a brand new luxury car or even a house is intoxicating, and it's part of what makes the hobby so exciting. Let's also address one of the most common questions people ask: how can I tell if I have one of these valuable 1957 wheat pennies? The first step is to look carefully at the date and mint mark under magnification. Use a jeweler's loupe or a digital microscope to check for signs of doubling, especially in the date and the word Liberty. Next, look at the mint mark. If there's a D under the date, check to see if it's been repunched. Examine the overall alignment of the design, and see if the coin appears off-center or if the front and back don't quite match up. Look for any signs of lamination flaws or unusual metal composition. And finally, assess the coin's condition. If it looks brand new or has very minimal wear, you could be holding something truly special. If you think you have a valuable coin, the next step is to have it professionally graded. Reputable grading services like PCGS and NGC not only confirm the coin's authenticity and condition, but also add an extra layer of credibility that can help when selling or insuring the coin. A graded coin with a label indicating a major error is far more appealing to serious collectors and can fetch top dollar at auction or in private sales.